let's say that we wanted the user to enter their first name and their last name. And then we wanted to display just their first name or display just their last name. Well, this is where we're going to start manipulating the string. So, again, we're going to prompt them, what is your name? Please type below. But this time we want it in a certain format, so let's tell them. So first, space, followed by last. It's going to prompt them to do that, and then it's going to define the console input. And then what name they type in is going to be put in the string. But now we want to manipulate this string or change it. So if we want to separate their first and last name, how did they separate it when they typed it in? They separated it with a space. So we're going to set that space to be a number or a certain integer. Integer, let's say x, is going to be assigned to our username dot index of. Now, index of, each character is assigned to a number within the string, starting from left to right until the string ends. So we're going to do the index of the space. So we're looking at that string and we're looking for where there's a space. So if we were to type in Joe Smith, the J in Joe would be 0, O would be 2, E would be 3, and the space would be 4. So that's saying that X is assigned to the integer 4 if we typed this into the console. Let's say we typed in Janet. The J would be 0, the A would be 1, N would be 2, E would be 3, T would be 4, and the space would be 5, so that X would be assigned to 5. Now that we know the index of that space, we can truncate either the last name or the first name by cutting off the first few characters or the last few characters. So let's make a new string, and this is going to be the first name. So string first name. So what is the first name? Well, we know the first name is buried within the username. So this is a substring. And now we're going to enter where the substring begins, comma, and where it ends. So this is going to begin at 0, and we want it to end at the space. And we name that space X, because we don't know what the user is going to type in. That's why the space has to be an integer variable, because we don't know where that's going to occur at. So that's going to be X. Now we're going to assign the last name as a string. So string, let's go ahead and name that string last name. We're going to assign that to be, we know that it's a substring of a username, so username.substring. And we only need the beginning index of this because the user should not type anything after the last name. So the beginning index is going to be not X, but X plus 1. Because X plus 1 is where that S would begin. So from before, it's going to say hello, and it's going to say the entire username, what they typed in. But now, let's also have it say first name is, and then their first name. So that was the variable first name. Let's do that same thing, but instead of saying first name, let's say last name. So last name, last name. Let's go ahead and run this. So please type below first space slash. So I'm going to use Joe Smith. Hello, Joe Smith. First name is Joe. Last name is Smith. We can have it say hello, username, and then maybe we can ask them, can I call you if not Mr/Miss will be fine. Don't forget to add a space between the last name and will be fine. Go ahead and run this. So this time we're going to use Janet Smith. Enter or return. Hello, Janet Smith. Can I call you Janet? If not, Miss Smith will be fine. This is just a quick introduction of the scanner class and manipulating those strings that the user types in.